welcome back everybody to the video series dedicated show on CBS that loves to make their contestants sniff all different types of animal urine. Gross. That's right, I'm talking about Big Brother Season 21, Episode 3. I'm going to get into a review and a recap of what we found out in Episode 3, and then I'm going to go into updates for the live feeds of what's actually happening in the Big Brother house at this moment since the previous video I put up. So, what we know about in the previous episodes is that Christie is HOH and there is a 6-person alliance with Christie, Holly, Bella, Nick, Jackson, and Jack. Start of this episode, Jack and Nick were talking and how they wanted to expand the group to 8 to solidify having the majority in the house. So they recruit Tommy and Annalise, who seem more than thrilled to be part of the Big Person Alliance. Now, going into this, everything seems to be running smoothly for this 8-person alliance, who they call themselves Grateful, and spelled with an 8 because somehow we're in the early 2000s where we spell later like L8R. But everything's to be running smooth. They're on cloud 9, maybe even cloud 8 if you really wanted to get technical, until in the bow and arrow room, Nick, Tommy, and Jack are on the bed together cuddling, talking about everybody that they're gonna mow down, which week they're gonna take them out, in a room full of people that aren't even in their alliance. I mean, people are within earshot. Ovi is 10 feet away and he can hear clearly Nick say the word 8. Luckily, that's all he heard. But Ovi, with this information, runs to Annalise and tells her everything that he just heard. Now, if I'm Ovi and I heard that, or suspecting that there is an 8-person alliance, you know that's majority of the house. You know whoever you talk to is probably in this 8-person alliance and is going to tell the other people in that alliance what's going on, which happens here because Annalise takes that information that Ovi has said, runs to the HOH and tells them everything, and everybody gets upset with Nick. They think they have to run damage control, but nothing really comes from it. And we go straight into the whacktivity competition. Now, Julie Chen Mundez, previous episode said that there is power up for grabs via these whacktivity competitions. In the next 3 weeks, there is going to be 3 different whacktivity competitions. Everybody goes to the backyard to sign up for one, and this week's whacktivity competition is Nightmare Whacktivity. The 5 people that are going to be competing in this week's whacktivity is going to be Ovi, Cliff, Bella, Catherine, and Nicole. And this whole competition is them being stuck in this like little shack where they have 3 garbage cans that smell disgusting, and they have to find out what disgusting smell that is by running outside into this campground where there's like raccoons and skunks everywhere, and they have to sniff all these different piles of disgusting stuff and trying to figure it out. It's absolutely nauseating. I was actually kind of getting sick and my stomach was getting like all uneasy just having them sniff all this disgusting garbage of rotten fish, rotten fruit. It just was so nasty. It's kind of making me sick just thinking about it. But they had to do it like 3 rounds. Nobody could get this. Finally, there was a winner, and the winner of this whacktivity competition, the first whacktivity competition of the summer, is Ovi. And he was over the moon. What we found out about his whacktivity power, it's called the Nightmare Power. And in this power, after an HOH makes their nominations known at the nomination ceremony, once everyone is asleep that night, he can wake everybody up, make them do an impromptu nomination ceremony again, where the 2 people that were originally nominated will be off the block and free for the week, making the HOH pick 2 new nominees. And this is big. I mean, he can use this from week 1 to week 6, and this is huge. This is a big power. And he's saying if he's ever on the block, he's going to use this. And he says if he's on the block week 1, he's going to use it. Well, luckily he won't have to use it because Christie puts up Catherine and Cliff. And that's where basically this episode ends off. And if you do not want to hear any spoilers or what's been happening in the house since, click off of this video. But I'm going to start talking about the live feed updates and what's been going on in the house now. So we know that Christie is HOH, puts up Cliff and Catherine, and Sam Smith wins the veto, and he uses it on Cliff, where the whole time this whole week, the plan was to take off either Cliff or Catherine, mainly Catherine because she is paranoid as all get out. They were going to take one of them off and put up Kemi as the backdoor option where Kemi was going to get the boot. But as we know in the Big Brother house, anything could change on a dime. So with that being said, the veto was used on Cliff and Christie puts up Ovi as the renom, and Ovi seems to be the target to get out this week as of right now. There's still a long way to go until the live eviction on Wednesday, so we never know what could happen. There is some changes in alliances and who is people trusting. So I have this chart from, again, at 89 Razor Skate 20. As you can see right here, he has different changes in these alliances. He or she has these different changes in the alliances, and you can see that with the majority, the 6 has changed. That's right. The core 6 now is Jack, Jackson, Holly, Christie, Tommy, and Annalise. They were outside trying to figure out a name for a 6-person alliance. You have the final 4 deal with Holly, Christie, Annalise, and Tommy, with Tommy and Christie having their final 2 deal. And then you have the trio down there with Jackson, Holly, and Catherine. But Jackson was talking to Cliff earlier and saying that he really wants him to work with the trio. And then you have the outsiders, quote-unquote outsiders, with Kemi, Ovi, who thought he was part of the majority but now is going to be probably kicked out this Wednesday. But there was a new alliance formed pretty late in the weekend afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, called the Black Widows Alliance, and its members are Jessica, Bella, Kemi, and Nicole. Another thing that was said was Nick and Kemi were talking, and Nick said that if it came down to next week's HOH competition and it was between Nick and Kemi, that Nick was going to sacrifice himself so Kemi could get HOH. Now, with that being said, Kemi has said on numerous occasions this week that if she were to win HOH, it wouldn't even be a second thought that she would put up Jack and Jackson. She was going to put them 2 up, let them duke it out, which I'm kind of hoping to see how that would turn out, because I think it would really shake up the house, and I want to see somebody shake up the house early and often so we don't get this like stale of just things going over and over and over again. But what do you think? Do you wish there would be a shakeup in the house? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think about all the alliances, all the different factions, branches? Who are you rooting for? Let me know that in the comment section below. I want to hear what you have to say. And what do you think about Ovi being put up as the renom and possibly being the backdoor option of this week, of this season, the first one of the season? Let me know that in the comment section below. Who do you hope leaves? Do you hope Cliff or Ovi gets voted out? Let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back really soon with more Big Brother videos and more reality show videos in general. But while you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll be back really soon. But until then, peace.